Alright YouTubers, welcome back to War Thunder Ground Forces with the Angry Nerd, and today I thought we would take a look at the medium tank M26 Pershing. But before we get started, I'd like to bring your attention to the skin that's on this vehicle. It was created by WT Runner, and I will leave a link down in the video description to his live warthunder.com profile so that you can find this skin and many other wonderful skins that he has created. Now, the M26 Pershing was a heavy tank / medium tank developed and used by the United States Army. The tank was named after General of the Army's John J. Pershing, who led the American Expeditionary Force in Europe in World War I. It was briefly used in the final months of World War II and extensively during the Korean War. Almost immediately after the M4 Sherman was standardized, the U.S. Ordnance Department started work on a successor. In 1942, work began on a new tank through the M4X program. This led to several design initiatives. One of the attempts was the T-20 line of medium tanks, encompassing several developmental tanks using a common hull. The T-20, the T-22, and the T-23 tanks differed primarily in armament, suspension, and transmission systems. Compared to the wartime Sherman, the T-20 line resembled a more modern combat tank of the 1950s. The engine, a Ford GAN V8 gasoline-fueled engine with 470 horsepower, resided at the rear of the hull, and the transmission was also moved to the rear of the vehicle, eliminating the need for a drive shaft running the length of the vehicle, promoting a lower profile. The Armored Board rejected all three tanks from the T-20 series for immediate combat use because the M4 was proving capable in numbers despite its limited main gun and overall battlefield performance. However, the Ordnance Department continued their development, and one of the models, the T-23, was seen as promising enough that an initial order of 250 tanks was placed in May 1943. In July of 1943, the Ordnance Department again requested that the improved T-23E3 and the T-20E3 be standardized as the M27 and the M27B1. However, the request was rejected and neither design was accepted. With standardization of the M27 rejected, the Ordnance Department continued improving the design. 50 of the T-23 tanks were adapted to use the T7 90mm gun as its main armament. It was the prototype of the 90mm M3 cannon. 40 of them were to be simple T-23 upgrades with a new turret, but 10 were also to have additional armor on the hull. These two 90mm tanks were designated the T-25 and T-26 respectively. The Ordnance Department decided that the electric drive on the T-25 and T-26 added too much weight to the overall design and changed the transmission on the two tanks to a Torque-matic transmission design. The tanks with the Torque-matic transmission were designated with an E1 and renamed T-25E1 and T-26E1. Battlefield reports from Operation Overlord in 1944 influenced the choice between the T-25 and T-26. These reports stated that enemy anti-tank defenses were easily able to destroy M4 Shermans, and the troops were requesting a tank with a more powerful armament and more armor. This new perspective increased favor for the up-armored T-26 and fixing any flaws in that design, and a decline in the less armored T-25 design. The T-26E3, in a bid for further testing, was sent to Europe for combat evaluation on the battlefield against German armor. Initially, only 20 Pershing tanks were introduced to the European theater of operations after the Battle of the Bulge. The first shipment of T-26 E3s arrived in Antwerp in January 1945. They were given to the 1st Army, which split them between the 3rd and the 9th Armored Divisions. A total of 310 T-26 E3 tanks were eventually sent to Europe before VE Day, but only the first 20 that arrived in January engaged in combat. The T-26 E3 proved very effective against German heavy tanks like the Panther and the Tiger I. Originally developed from a program to replace the medium tank M4, its numerous armor and armament upgrades led to a production weight of over 40 tons. So in March 1945, it was accepted into service as the M26 Pershing heavy tank. After World War II, the M26 Pershings were reclassified as the medium tank M26 Pershing to fill the Army's tank needs, even though its mobility was unsatisfactory for a medium tank. It used the same engine that powered the M4A3, which was some 10 tons lighter, and its transmission was somewhat unreliable. In 1948, the M26E2 version was developed with a new power plant. Eventually, the new version was redesignated the M46 Patton, and 1,160 M26s were rebuilt to this new standard. Thus, the M26 became the basis of the Patton tank series, which started replacing it in early 1950. Despite that, the M26 Pershing became urgently needed when North Korea, armed with the Soviet-supplied T-34-85, suddenly invaded South Korea. South Korea and the U.S. forces stationed there had no armor except the M24 light tank, and no adequate anti-tank weaponry to fight off the T-34 onslaught. 3 M26 Pershing tanks were found in poor condition in a Tokyo Ordnance Department, and they were hastily brought back into operation despite having to use improvised fan belts. These 3 M26s were used to defend the town of Chinju. The tanks soon overheated when their substitute fan belts stretched and the cooling fans stopped working, and so the only 3 American medium tanks in Korea were lost. Following this, more medium tanks were sent from the United States to Korea, where the M26 proved to be more than a match for the T-34-85. After November 1950, the lack of enemy tanks and the Pershing's lack of mobility and mechanical deficiencies resulted in many Pershings being shipped back to the States in 1951. The M26 Pershing served its last few years of operational service with the United States military as part of the American occupational forces in Europe, but continued to serve with America's allies during the Cold War. Now in War Thunder Arcade, the M26 Pershing is a rank 4 medium tank with a battle rating of 6.3, has a 954 horsepower engine, propelling the 41.6 ton vehicle to a top speed of 27.8 miles per hour. It comes equipped with the 90mm M3 cannon. The recommended ammo load for this vehicle is 49 rounds. Now I have it assigned to an expert crew with a crew level of 150, which gives me a reload of 9.1 seconds. With a premium account, it has an XP reward of 368% and a silver line reward of 180%. So what do I think of the M26 here in War Thunder? Well, I'm actually enjoying this vehicle. It is such an improvement over the M4 Sherman series. Lower profile, better gun, better armor. I would actually say that this is at least the equivalent of the T-34-85s and the Tiger I. that being said, why don't we hop into a game, see what I was able to do with the M26 Pershing. Here we go. Alright, looks like we picked up Berlin, and we are on the southern side of the map. So, yeah, C point. Or, not actually the point, I don't go directly to the points. If you go directly to the cap and the enemy sees that cap counter ticking, they know exactly where you are, and you don't know what direction they're going to come from. So I like to set up around the cap, and once I've gotten the initial wave cleared, then I like to try to push in if it's open. But, you know, game dictates. It depends on whether you have targets to shoot at, how the flow's going. But I'm going to go set up right over here behind this building and see what happens. Now, this building used to be a great place. Because at one point, oh shoot, I'm already detected. Missed him. Because you couldn't shoot through it very easily, but now you can get shot through the windows. Excellent. I actually thought I was shooting at his side, but I hit him right in the front. Worked out very nice. Through these little low points, they can clip your turret and stuff, so you just need to be careful that they don't clip you through these little low points and through the windows and stuff like that. So I know there's one sitting on the cap. Oh shoot! I got my gun. I didn't penetrate him. Oh, I'm not reloaded yet. I thought I was going to be reloaded. Let's repair this. I'm down a crew member. He's still sitting right there. He's got the... oh, shoot. Missed him. Okay, I gotta get back up out of here. I can't have that panther to my side and that tiger to my front. Using this little hill for cover. What we got here? Alright. There we go. Alright. Alright, we're switching some ammo in case we need to deal with this tiger from the front. Let's see. Take a look at the panther. Oh, look at that side shot. You cannot forget about your flanks just because I'm not. Okay. Got the driver, he's pinned right there, but I'm showing a lot of my side. This is very risky. Okay, Commander Gunner. There we go. Where is that tiger that was over here? Oh, shoot. Okay, Commander Driver. And Loader, Machine Gunner, Horizontal Turret Drive. Gunner's still alive. There we go. I'm I'm going to go ahead and switch back to APHE since we got rid of that Tiger from the front. It's a good riddance. He was bothering me. Some friendlies showing up. Let's go ahead and replace this crew. Well, we got other people for them to shoot at. Friendly capping the C point. Friendly's capping the A point. My crew's almost replaced. There we go. Let's pull up here. See if we can support people over here. I think that says IS-1. My eyesight is not very good. Oh. There we go. Yep. Okay, I see some red between these two buildings down here. Let's see if we can pull down right here. Nice. Nice. Help that guy out down there. Let's see. Anybody else? That berm is in the way. Can't get a shot on either of these two vehicles. Alright, T-3485. Ah, yes! Clipped him and got his engine, so he stopped. Yes, hopefully nobody else will kill him. There we go. Don't you hate it when you like clip an enemy and get them stopped out in the open, and before you can get that second shot off, somebody else kills them? Oh, I was hoping that Tiger would be tall enough to hit over that berm. Let's try it. Yes! That was so lucky. Oh no. Bombs. Back up, back up. I don't see any behind me. That was such a lucky shot on the cupola. Panther. Yes! And you notice I'm not getting green on my armor penetration and reticle. Just go ahead and fire that stuff anyway sometimes. And green is good, but you know, you can hit them, shoot them. What is that? Oh, he's moving too fast. There's some kind of 30. Oh, he backed up just as I shot. Alright, right here would be good. He's still. No, he's moving. Knock the house down. Can I get this Tiger? Got nothing. Oh, I can hit him. Alright. That hit him in the turret. Let's adjust a little bit. Oh, he moved a little bit. Hit him in the turret. Oh, I got a kill assist. But, ooh, this looks juicy. There we go. Peek out a little bit more. We've lost the A cap, but we got somebody getting ready to go in it right now. Somebody's going in the B cap. C cap is completely under our control. What was that? Let's see. I'm having a little bit of lag for some reason, but my frames per second and my ping look pretty good. Let's see if we can get anybody down here. Tiger 2P. If I can hit him in the turret cheek, I want to get rid of him. But I can't see it. Can't even get it outlined. And now he's obscured by some. Well, there he is. But let me come back and try it. Come on. Can I see anything? Is he behind the building? Try it. I think he's behind that building. Alright. Well, let's push up. We've got them pushed back so far that I don't have any targets to shoot at. We got 3 guys according to the mini-map on this side, so I don't want to come straight up on them. I'm going to go around and try to flank them. Hopefully they will be preoccupied with my teammates. Right through here. Come up on their side. Hopefully they are not paying attention to me coming over here. Should be right across this street somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Oh, shoot. Wow. That was so lucky. Fired just as I backed up on that rubble, and just caused my gun to drop, and I barely caught him in the lower plate. This guy's so close to me. Where is he at? Oh, there he is. Oh, shoot. Nice. I was not expecting him to be facing me. Alright, there's a Tiger 2P over there. If I go around that way, somebody spawning in is going to pop. So I'm going to come back around this way. See if I can find this Tiger 2. Where is he at? Should be right over here. Oh, see red. He's not looking at me. Here we go. Oh, nice side shot. Boom. Booyah! 14. Wow. I didn't know I got 14. Kind of surprised by that. All right. Let's take a look and see what we did. Oh, that looks nice. You can't click on them. Let's do it this way. Okay, so we got First Strike, Tank Rescuer, Avenger, Teamwork, Professional, Shadow Strike Streak, One Shot, Final Blow, Mission Maker, Survivor, Heavy Metal Hero, and the Best Squad. Not a bad haul for medals. My results: first place in the team, 4,896 XP, 89,014 Silver Lions. It's my premium bonus. 14 ground units destroyed, 1 assist, 93% battle activity. We picked up artillery support. Player statistics. 2, 2, 2, 3, 1. Oh. Wow. Some low numbers there. All right. I like it. Very good. All right. I guess we need to purchase this artillery support. And then research smoke shell, and that should ace us out. All right, so the M26 Pershing. I am liking this vehicle. I think it fits in really good at this battle rating at 6.3. Your gun is good enough to deal with most tanks that you'll face. Even though you have more armor than you had with the Sherman series, you are not invulnerable. There's a lot of large guns that you'll be facing, and they can penetrate you straight through the front. So, you know, just because you have a little more armor, don't get over cocky. You need to be very cautious playing this vehicle. Pick your spots wisely, pick your shots wisely, and you should be okay. If you've liked this look at the M26 Pershing, hit that like button. If you didn't, don't. Subscribe if you would. But as always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Nerd out.